Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the September podcast challenge that I'm running for this month, which is all focused on consistency. And today, what I actually wanted to talk about was the different ways that my most successful clients show up consistently for themselves, especially my clients who are inside of Conquer and my academy. These are my higher level programs. So number one, they come to the trainings, they come to the coaching calls because they're eager to learn, they're eager to conquer, they're ready to transform fully their relationship with food. And they know that every single time that they come onto a coaching call, especially the clients in my academy where we do a weekly group coaching call, they know that they're going to get personalized coaching. There's always progress. There's always a breakthrough, an action step to take to continue moving towards fully conquering binge eating. And, it's so interesting because they don't always have a question. Some clients that I work with, come onto our coaching calls and they don't have a question, but they come up and you know what they do? They celebrate themselves. They share a win. You know how powerful that is to be in a group and to celebrate yourself? How often do you even celebrate yourself right now? You might not even be celebrating yourself at all. Or maybe you don't really even have many people to celebrate yourself with, or you don't have the right people who are going to get your celebrations. Like the clients that are inside of Conquer and the Academy, they get you. So when you share something like, I didn't give in to an urge, they're like, way to freaking go badass. Or when you share a win, like, I was able to go out for dinner and order exactly what I wanted. And I was able to stop when I'm full. And I, went on vacation and I wasn't stressing about the food. Like, they're like, yeah, I get you, badass. Like, you're incredible. Like, we get you. We know how massive these wins are compared to, sharing this with a partner. I never even felt comfortable really sharing this with my husband. But even if you were to share it with, a friend or a family, they would have no idea what that actually is. And this is why being part of my community, especially the Academy, Conquer, is so impactful. But my most successful clients, they show up, they come to our coaching calls, they ask their questions, or they share a win. Celebrating yourself is so important. Inside of our group, there's a chat just for people inside of the programs, and it's always blowing up. Like, there's always a win every single day. Somebody's sharing a win. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is. It's like, no, I deserve to be celebrated. And these are actually things that I did personally on my journey. I was always consistently showing up for myself. I was showing up to the calls. I was like the first person to be like, I'm ready for coaching. And I still do this to this day, even though I don't have a coach for relationship with food because I'm fully conquered, but I'm in a coaching program for my business, and I'm literally always like the first one, like, I'm ready for coaching. And even yesterday I went up and I just shared a win. I didn't, you don't always need to have a question, but just being there, showing up for yourself, celebrating yourself, being in the spotlight and saying, I'm so proud of myself for doing X, Y, and Z is so powerful. So these clients come to the coaching calls. They're eager to be there. Like, they're so ready to freaking conquer. They consistently share their wins. Like, the wins chat is constantly blowing up. There's no like, oh, I don't know if this is good enough. It's like, no, I'm going to be in the spotlight. I'm going to celebrate myself, because the more I actually celebrate myself, the more I'm going to win. The closer I'm going to be to conquering binge eating by celebrating every single step of the way. The next thing that my most successful clients do consistently is they work with me long term. You're not here to have a few binge-free days, maybe a few binge-free weeks or months, and then go back to old habits. You're not here for a quick fix. You're here to sustainably end this for good. And this is why my programs like Conquer and the Academy, like 6 to 12 months, because you're ready to end this for good. No more binging, no more urges, no more impulsivity with food. So clients work with me and re-sign even for the Academy. I have clients that are literally securing their spot to work with me until 2025, like mid 2025, because they're they're just loving this space, number one. Number two, they're conquering binge eating. I have so many of my clients who, even after they stop binge eating, they still work with me because they love the community, but also they know that it doesn't just end there. Like, you don't just conquer binge eating. You're like, okay, I'm not going to work on myself. Maybe you've stopped binge eating, but now you want to focus on overeating. Or maybe you've stopped binge eating, but maybe you're still mindlessly snacking. Or maybe you've stopped binge eating, but you want to work through your body image. Maybe you have certain health and fitness goals and you want my support in helping you work through your health and fitness without reverting back to old habits, without spending hours in the gym or crazily restricting yourself. You want to up-level every single area of your life, especially with gentle nutrition. Maybe you want to work on your gut health and your hormones and do it in a way where you're not feeling deprived, and do it in a way where, you don't feel like you're depriving yourself, you're restricting yourself, and you don't have to track your food. So this is what my most successful clients do. I've had so many clients re-sign with me, whether they're in the membership, Conquer, the academy. It's like people work with me long term, not just for a few months, 6 to 12 months and beyond, because they know that, number one, they want to sustainably end this for good, fully rewire your brain, and never, ever, 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 ever binge again. But again, even when you are not binging anymore, it's like, but I want to up-level every area of my life. I want to work on gentle nutrition. I want to have health and fitness goals. I want to set boundaries. Like, there's so many other aspects of your relationship with food. And even for me, like, I continued working with a coach. Even though I stopped binge eating, I continued working with a coach because the work doesn't end there. I stopped binge eating, but it's like, okay, well now, again, I want to work on, how can I have health and fitness goals? How can I really prioritize my gut health and my hormones in an even deeper way and turn up the dial on my nutrition even more, right? Taking care of myself even more without feeling restricted, without feeling deprived. Another thing that my most successful clients do is they're so committed to a morning routine, journaling, meditation, breath work, long term. They don't just do this for a week. They don't just do this for a day. They don't do it for a month. Like, they're consistently implementing a morning routine, journaling, meditation, breath work, long term. Why? Again, they want to sustainably end binge eating for good. So they use brain-based tools consistently, whether they feel the urge to binge, but also even when they're not having any urges, because that's what I'm really good at helping my clients do, get rid of those strong, demanding urges. They still use tools when maybe they're doing some still emotional eating or some overeating. They don't just stop using the tools. They know that repetition is key. And this is what I see so many people do. It's like you start implementing something for like a week or a month, but that's not how you're going to get consistent results long term. And too many people, it's like, oh, well, I'm having less urges, so like maybe I don't have to use the tools. It's like, no, you're having less urges because you were using the tools and you have to continue using them. The other thing about my most successful clients is they're all positive. Every single one of them is so positive, even after they've just binged, maybe even after they just did some mindlessly snacking. Like, they're so positive. They're so positive, and they always see the light. So even if a client was like, oh yeah, I recognized that I was super bloated yesterday and I wanted to, just self-soothe and comfort myself because I was feeling bloated and I didn't want that feeling. It's like, they're like, oh, but I actually recognized that I was doing this, turning it into a positive. Oh, well, I felt that way, but I didn't act on it. They're like always seeing the positive in things. They're always finding a win. They're always finding, oh, well, maybe I did mindlessly snack, but you know what? I didn't turn into a full-blown binge versus, oh, I mindlessly snacked. It's like, well, maybe I did some mindlessly snacking, but I'm so proud of myself for stopping maybe in the middle, or it didn't actually turn into a full-blown binge, or there wasn't as much guilt and I wasn't judging myself as much. They always find the positive. They always find the positive. And the last thing I want to share here is I've never had actually, like, my clients that are inside of my higher level programs, like especially the academy, they don't ask me like, Lorna, like, how long is this going to take? They are so freaking committed to ending binge eating for good that they're not like, oh, how long is it going to take? They're like, I'm willing to keep freaking doing this and putting in the work and showing up for myself and taking massive action until I conquer, because it's that important for me. They don't say like, oh, how long is it going to take? They're like, I'm showing up every single day, because that means it's one step closer to conquering binge eating. So the mindset piece is so important. How you're showing up for yourself is so important. This is why my clients are so successful. They show up for themselves consistently. They share their wins. They come on the coaching calls. They learn. They get support from me long term. Clients re-sign and work with me even after they stop binge eating, because the work doesn't end there. They're committed to their morning routine, their brain-based tools. They're positive. They release their timelines. Like this is the mindset. This is the embodiment of somebody who truly conquers binge eating and sustains it long term, not just after a month or a few months. I've had clients work with me and literally a year later message me, I'm still binge free. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. Like, I know, because the work that I do with my clients is not a quick fix. It's not, oh, when you feel the urge to binge, just distract yourself. Oh, when you feel the urge to binge, well, just hopefully you don't, just try not to give in. It's like, no, these are brain-based tools that are rewiring your brain. You're healing your relationship with food. You're getting back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. This is real, long-lasting change. This is not a quick fix. So if you know you're super ready to conquer binge eating, you can message me about Conquer or the Ditch Decade Diets Academy. Just message me Conquer or message me the Academy. The Academy is the highest level of way to work with me. Super high level support. You know that you want high level support, accountability, personalization. You're ready to really take things to the next level and step into your binge-free life. And then Conquer's all the tools that you need to conquer binge eating. So message me. Let's get you inside. Let's get you conquering so that you can also be one of the clients that I work with who is a success story and who is fully conquering binge eating. As a reminder, for the month of September, I am doing this little mini podcast challenge just for you, badass listener. So just leave a rating and review on the podcast, take a screenshot and send it over to me in a message. And you'll be entered to win a giveaway that I will be, I always message the person every single Friday. So there will be a new winner happening this Friday. I'm so excited. And you'll also get to ask me a specific question relating to your journey, binge eating, emotional eating, overeating, whatever question that you have. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.